Surprise! We are doing a live stream here for the pre-market and the New York Open. We'll be leaving early today, so I was like, you know what? I want to do a live stream. I really enjoy it that much. Just being on stream, sitting in front, because I'm already going to sit here and check out the markets. I might as well do it with you. So if you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're showing up later, you can find the key moments using the chapter markers below. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Consider liking and subscribing. We're going to have a good time this morning. Lastly, if you're looking to take your trading to the next level, you can do so by using the code DTJ on your next evaluation account, whether it's Take Profit Trader, which I'm liking more and more simply because of their daily payouts and their overall low cost for an eval and a performance accounts. Combined total cost is $120. I'm liking it. So check that out. Use the code DTJ and let's go ahead, open in prayer, and then we will get started. Father, we just honor you this morning. We thank you, Father, for your faithfulness. Thank you for your provision for everyone here. Lord, I pray that they would see increase in their personal walk with you. Father, I just pray that as we check out the market, you would give us wisdom. You would give us understanding. Father, I thank you that you are a good Father and you desire to care for all of our needs, and they are cared for us according to your riches and glory in Christ Jesus. And with that, we say yes and amen. Amen, amen. Let me refresh this here, see if the live stream chat will jump on. So, good morning. We'll probably have people trickling in as we go on because I normally am not on this early, so it doesn't surprise me if people are like, "Hey, what is this? What is going on here?" But let's take a look at the market. Before we do, let's look at our news. See what news we have for today. News. And I might turn on some music. I want a little bit of a beat. You know what I'm saying? All right, today is Friday. Happy Friday. And consumer confidence for Europe, we got nothing. We're good. We got the green light to trade. Jesus Rules, what's up? How you doing? May I ask which trading platform you would recommend for flexibility across futures trading with prop firms and brokers? Easily, it is going to be TradingView. TradingView is what I use. It is an affiliate of, or it's owned by NinjaTrader. So TradingView, when you go to most of the prop firms, they'll give you the option to use TradingView. That's what I use and I recommend. All right, we just swept the previous week equilibrium. We're going to go ahead and mark out our daily candles here. We've already have it marked out because yesterday was a holiday apparently. And we are at the midpoint. We have previous day high. We've ran the low. We've swept those equal lows. That was a big deal right down there. So I think it really could be a double break day. I think that's some possibilities. I think we really could see price run all the way up here and potentially over these. So let's take a drop down to the lower time frame. 4 hour. Let's mark our opening price. No, yeah, that would have been for, let's drop down to the 5 minute right there. All right, so there's our new day opening gap, and we will also mark use this as our opening gap, our new day opening gap, or our opening range gap. That's going to be connected and tagged to Wednesday's or Wednesday's close price. Do you still chart with TV as you trade through Trade-of-8? Yes, I do. This is very bullish. Let's mark our London low, London high. Here's London low. London high was just ran in that expansion. Also mark midnight open. This is our 3 p.m. Yeah, I think we might be reaching all the way up for this. We have no fair value gaps on the 15 minute, on the 30 minute, on the hourly, and on the 4 hour that have that up to this level, these levels here. Look at the 5 minute. Do we got anything? No, we don't have anything either. We just have this 5 minute right here. That 5-minute is, if you're looking to market, it's June 18th, 2:50 p.m. Wednesday, June 18th, 2:50 p.m. And have we closed above that? We have closed above it. So I'm seeing really bullish price action here. We've just tapped a lower time frame breaker. I don't know if we're going to continue right now or not, but it's 7:40. We're going to wait, see if we get anything around the 9 a.m. macro, the pre-market macro. David, how you doing? Morning. Do you ever trade before market open? All the time. If something sets up, something looks good, I'll take the trade. For me, it needs to be crystal clear. Typically, I like breakers. Breakers are my go-to. Yes, Tony, early start because I got to get off early today. And I was like, I want to stream today. I just enjoy it. I like sitting down. I like reviewing the charts. I like verbally processing. I think it's the verbal processing. Because I am definitely a verbal processor. ES has not hit the previous week EQ. So we have that sitting there. So I think we see higher prices. Also, if we go over here, do we got 1 minute fair value gaps? Look at that nice breaker. It's not terrible. It's not amazing either. Excuse me. Can you check GPUSD? Or no, I really don't do much with any forex. I will look at gold and ES. I don't even know. Fine, we'll do it. We'll do it. I just for like 10 seconds. Yeah, see, I don't even know which one you select. Because that's how I don't even pay attention to them. Let's go to Forex. There you go. Been moving higher. Nice. Ranging. We're right at a daily breaker. We drop down to the hourly. I like this hourly fair value gap. That hourly fair value gap was Tuesday at 10 a.m. I think it's poised to have some type of retracement. We did sweep these lows over here. but we're in the middle of a range. I don't know if we reverse here or not. I would want to see displacement. I would want to see aggressive move here and then displacement so I could run the other direction. That's about it. I'm currently trading nothing. I don't have anything loaded, but I trade Apex, Take Profit Trader, and Tradeify, and I have a personal account. Four-hour chart for NQ. Is my brother calling me? We're on stream. What's going on? Yep. Can you hear me? Well, say I don't know. I don't know if everybody else can hear you. Let's see. Hang on. Let me do a.
Oh, you on early?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that.
Well, you're on live. Here. There we go. Now they can for sure hear you at this point.
I was gonna have some deep talks.
Folks, for those on here, this is my brother. If you want to say hello, this is Ryan.
Yo.
What's been happening?
I'm actually in a demo trade right now.
You're in a demo trade. I'm assuming long, because that's the only direction I'd be going.
Already scaled one. Want the previous day high, but I hopped on charts this morning. I'm like, ooh.
What, do you take the inverse at 824?
No, I took it at 801.
801. Let's see, where's 801?
It was the first fair value gap.
No, I know. I meant, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But, yeah.
That inversion right there. Boom.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you hop on charts and like, whoa, that's really good. I'm in. And it always not plays out. Sometimes it plays out real nicely. That's one of those times. And then I looked at the 4 hour and like, ooh. Yeah, we swept liquidity last night.
I wasn't on then. Did you care about that volume imbalance? Right there at
826.
720 or 755 and 756.
Oh no.
That would have been the only reason why I wouldn't have gotten in that trade.
No.
Is the volume imbalance.
Well, there was a volume imbalance on the 8 o'clock, 801. Then we ended up coming back, hit twice. I didn't go stop the break even. If I was trading with real money,
That's what you would have done.
I probably would have break even. But
Yeah, I'm hoping, let's see, it's 8:49. So we're in the pre-market 9 a.m. macro. Let's see if we can, I would like it to reach up. I don't know if we're going to hit the previous day high pre-market. I think we could pump off the open.
yeah, that was my one concern. I was going to take it all at just the swing high at 748, but I'm like, I like this expansion. We had some consolidation. I really don't see much reason to reverse, to go lower.
I mean, when you open up like you do on the new day opening gap and you just jump higher by 40 points in 1 minute and then you go higher, you know there's bullish intentions of a certain direction. So I think we could have a double break day. That means hitting the previous day high.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop. It's fun to get back into it once in a while.
Yes, it is.
I had the thought of, man, what if I was still trading? Like, man, I just, with all my projects, it was too much mentally.
Trading and full-time work, yeah.
Yeah, just with and then taking a loss all through it, you know, especially if I have a bad day, it's just too much unnecessary, you know. But, you know, who knows, maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
I think we're at least going to New York PMI.
You mean Wednesday? Wednesday's PM high? Because that's what I have marked out. It's in line with the previous month high. It's also previous month high.
I put the... Oh, no.
Johnny, I haven't taken any trades yet. No. Sitting here waiting for something. We're currently in that big push higher that you're seeing. And if you're just joining, my brother's on the other line. We're just waiting. We're just waiting for some... For me, I need to wait for a pullback of some kind. It doesn't have to be a higher time frame pullback. It could be a lower time frame pullback for me to participate in something. But I mean, you can see how much the market has just exploded since 6 p.m. last night. Consolidated, and then what time was that? 7:30 this morning. We just kind of rush higher. We closed over this 5 minute. We closed over the previous week midpoint, which is also sitting right there. So like Ryan called out, I do think we're looking for a PM session high and previous day high as a target. It's just a matter of how do we participate in it. Ryan was in it way over here. You were sitting for an hour. You still on, Ryan? See, he'll mute himself and disappear many times. What's up, Shane? How you doing? No, you've been in the trade for an hour? Just sitting waiting?
Since the one.
Yeah.
Casey wants to say hi.
What's up, Kason? You know what you should do? You should put on the live stream so he can hear himself say hi.
I don't have a camera on my computer.
No, I mean just hear him. Self is what I'm saying. How you doing, Kason? Supposed to be 100 degrees today and tomorrow. John, I already marked, excuse me, already marked those levels. In short, every morning you should be marking out your previous day high, your previous day low. So we've marked out our previous day high and low and our midpoint. On your weekly time frame, you should be marking out your previous week high, previous week low and previous week midpoint. And then on the monthly, you do the same thing, previous month high, low, and midpoint. You get those three things, you're going to be pretty good. From the daily time frame, if from the 15-minute time frame, the next thing you want to mark out is your London high, London low, and then you want to drop down to when opening price was at 6 p.m. and you want to mark your new day opening gap low and your new day opening gap high. Those are the main levels that you want to mark. The last one that I would mark is your opening range gap, which is going to be from 4:15 on Wednesday to whatever the opening price is going to be at 9:30 this morning. So we currently don't have that solidified. I just set that on my chart, so it sits there. Kevin, you're in Lakeland, Florida. How you doing? You know, I spent a little bit of time in Lakeland, Florida. There was a thing called the Lakeland Revivals. Did you hear about those? Back in 2008. Vincent, good morning. Hey, Ryan, I'll call you later today, okay?
Oh, I guess that's fine.
Chat, I heard some things. You're going to San Diego?
Yeah, I gotta get back to work. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to chit-chat a little bit, see how you're doing.
All right, bro. We'll talk to you later.
And boast about my wonderful demo trade that I
Your
had.
demo trade?
No, it's looking like playing out nicely though.
Yeah, I would hold it. I'd hold it to the moon.
Yeah, you could see a big move down to go back up and grab those eventually, but that'd probably stop me out. I don't think we're just going to go straight there without any pullbacks, but
Yeah.
anyways, well, you have a good day, bro.
All right, later. Take care.
Yeah, have a good day.
Bye-bye. Prayer Warrior, good morning from Idaho. Good morning, good morning. Glad you're here. I haven't talked to my brother in a minute, so when he called, I'm like, yeah, I don't even care that I'm on stream. Let's say hi. Okay. Okay, so see these overlapping new day opening gaps. When we start seeing overlapping new day opening gaps, it's kind of an indication we're in a consolidation range. We may be breaking out of it, I'm not sure, but I'm not a fan when I see overlapping new day opening gaps. I wish I could read the young lady's name that just commented good morning. It is in another language, so I really can't say hi that well. But good morning. D-Ham, good morning from Arizona. Turn that down here. Oh, okay, folks. You might hear me silent here for a minute. I'm so sorry. I'm taking my son on a trip, a school trip to Washington, D.C., and I just got an urgent email that we have a White House tour. And I have to give all of my identification within the next hour, or I could not get in. That would be kind of cool to go into the White House. I think I'm gonna have to do that here real quick. Hello, dear. I am Otonel from Brazil, living in Spain. You're welcome. I'm glad you like the videos. And honestly, guys, there's not much I can do with the trading, what we see in the trading right now. I'm not going to take a long. Look at we're in a consolidating trend, meaning at any literal second, we could go like this and continue higher. I'm exaggerating on how deep. We could literally go like this and continue higher. We're in this such a tight consolidating, trending higher. I won't touch it because at any point it could jump higher or lower. I prefer would jump higher if I was in it. You could get in long and set a stop loss here, but I mean, that's up to you if you want to do that. Give me 1 second, folks. Judah? we done anything? Not really. Oh, I forgot you guys can hear that. I'm probably gonna get slapped by YouTube for having this. You guys can hear my audio on YouTube. I forgot. Well, we'll see what happens. The live stream is honestly, I don't know. I need to find it. Yeah, I want the audio, but there's a whole bunch of licensing issues that you run into. I think it's here. No. Where is it? Honestly, I don't know where the music is coming from. Oh, here it is. It's called Coffee Shop Instrumental Christian Playlist. Right there. That's what's playing right now. If you wanted it, the guy's name, Lo-Fi FM. All right. We'll give them a thumbs up. How about that? For letting us use it on stream. We're putting them in a plug for Lo-Fi FM. All right, there you go, my friend. Keep up the good work. Wrong one. All right. Well, I got everything needed to go into the White House with my son for his school trip, so that's exciting. Matt, what news about Iran is on pause? I'm not sure if I'm following. Are you just saying the lack of news, the lack of newsworthy news? DTJ needs to meet JDJT. I think so. I think that would be a good initial. Well, I'll drop it on YouTube. I'll drop it on my post if it happens. Oh, he's giving him time to work out a deal? Yeah, oh, you're talking about, yeah, he said 2 weeks. That's right. He's giving till the 4th of July. There's a lot that's happening, man. I mean, besides COVID, when COVID happened, all the stuff that was going on there, this has been a very, like, boom, 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 always something happening, you know? Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I decided I was gonna live stream at 7 a.m. That was right around here. It was right around here. And I was thinking, well, this is gonna be great. I think we could have a very interactive morning. Well, that's what we've live streamed so far. Pretty lame. What? Good morning. Well, do me a solid, folks. Hit the like button if you appreciate the licensed, more than likely licensed music background, because I'm probably going to get in trouble for it. So we might as well enjoy it now. How's the sound of it? Is it too loud? Not too loud enough? Decent? Turn it down, turn it up? Well, I'm not going to turn it up, most likely. Chris, we did start early today because I'm going to be ending early. And I was like, you know what? I enjoy live streaming, sitting here, chatting, looking at the markets so much. Let's just do it earlier. The tunes, that's right. Tyler, what do you log in your trading journal? Great question. So my perspective on journaling, it needs to be as raw and real as possible. I focus mostly on the psychology of trading in my journaling, because when I make a trade, I'll analyze every trade that I take for the most part, unless I go on tilt. If I go on tilt, I'm not analyzing any trade. I'm just literally clicking the button. So just setting aside going on tilt, because that's a whole psychological journaling adventure in itself. Nice job. Okay, leave me alone, please. Thank you. My son lost his tooth. He's lost several teeth, so it's not like his first. So, setting aside going on tilt, when I'm journaling, I'll journal my psychological experience, what I'm feeling during my trading session, how I felt before, during, and after, what I identified before, during, and after. During a trade, how I felt during the trade, how I felt after the trade. If I made a mistake, why I made the mistake, what I've understood during that. So I use Google Docs. I've shared this on a stream before, but it's been a minute, so I'll show you guys again. understand what's going on. I think my screen's frozen, but it's not. That's weird. Well, I can't show you guys until that happens. Until that. There we go. All right, so here's for an example of a journal. So if you're journaling, the thing I like to use is if you go under tools, then there's something called voice typing. I've shared this before. When you click this button, it's gonna start typing everything that you're saying. And at this point, what I typically do is literally just brain dump everything that I felt and experienced during my trading day, my feelings, my thoughts, my experiences, frustrations, things that I didn't know, things that I now realize. I put all of that on here, and I don't think about writing. That's the thing about this. It needs to be as raw and real as possible so you can get out those feelings. Once I'm done doing that, I'll drop this into ChatGPT to rewrite it or organize it without summarizing or taking away the integrity of my voice. It then puts it in a way that allows me to see what I wrote in a different light. And then I'll take that and I'll typically save that as part of my journal. That has been really effective for me getting my thoughts out. Now, I don't do it every day as much anymore because I've identified my issues, and you can only write about the issues so much. When you know what the issue is, you can only talk so much. I really like this inversion right here. I like this inversion. I think I'm gonna go long real quick.
Order submitted.
Let's see if it gives it to us. I'm just going for 10 handles. Gonna move my stop to break even. Oh my gosh, come on. It literally hit it. Now it's probably gonna get tapped out at break even. If it's not gonna hit there, I'm gonna move it a little higher. Gonna close that right there, just for 10 points. It went before I could get the entry because I was talking about that. I apologize. I wish I could give a clear signal on that. The reason why I jumped on that immediately is look what we had right here. We had a sweep of these equal lows. We closed green and immediately closed through this inversion. Immediately. And that's a no-brainer for me. Sweep of liquidity, immediate inversion with relatively close swing highs. I'm going to take that long. What's frustrating is by the time I got in, it was already up here. That's okay. But we took the trade, got roughly 10 handles. It could have pumped higher. I wanted to secure it because I'm not going to be here all day. And that kind of gives me a little bit of cushion as I look for, you know, a longer, bigger setup. Davin, does that explain what I just said? You also need to understand that context for the market is very important. If we were consolidating and I saw this, I would not take it. But because we literally are pumping, we're in a trending higher. As soon as I see an inversion after a sweep of liquidity to the downside, you better believe that's going to be a quick pump. Now, I just didn't know if we were going to retrace all the way back down here for a continuation. And I didn't want to give a 20 handle stop. So that's why I was like, you know, let's just secure that. Probably should have held it. I'm on the 1 minute time frame right now. We got these PM highs and we got previous day highs sitting right there. A candle like this is what I was afraid of for being stopped out. That was the first trade that I took, and really I wanted to build a little bit of a buffer on my account for my next trade. Vincent, I use TradeZilla, but I don't use it for journaling purposes. I use it for back testing primarily. All my trades go in there, but I really don't do anything. It's really hard to do TradeZilla when you got eval accounts, if you're filtering through eval accounts to keep track of your record. So I use it for my personal account, and then I use it for back testing. Right there is what I was, this type of reaction was what I was concerned about. That's why I ended up closing the trade, so it didn't just lose that 10 points. I'm not going short until those are hit. Or I'm not going to look for any type of major retracement, I should say. guess you could, if you wanted to play the opening range off the open, that's a potential if you wanted. The 930 model discount target has like a 70% win rate, so you could potentially play that if you wanted. All right, there's our pump into the levels before the open. Heck of a pump there. I'm taking a quick scalp short right here. Right off of the previous day high. I've already taken one profit. I'm going to move my stop to break even in case it wants to pump. But if it wants to drop right off the open here in 6 seconds, I am in a personal account trade. And we're gonna sell it there. Nice 50 handle move right off the open. I switched to my personal account because I wasn't willing to copy what I wanted to do on multiple accounts. I wanted to reduce my risk, but I really liked the idea. So that's what I did there. Hopefully that makes sense to what I just did. Oh, and you couldn't even see it. I should. Here, let me show you the executions just so you can see them. All right, so I went short right here. 22,094. I took my first off at 22,074, one contract. And I took the third contract off at 22,050. Now the logic behind this is why we hit previous day high. I was expecting, for the fact that we hit it before the market opens, tells me that we probably could get an exaggerated move lower. I don't know for how long. So as soon as we hit liquidity right there, just that internal liquidity, I'll take it off, because I mean, that's 50 points. So that was the idea there. Seeming like a gamble? No. I don't think so. I've done previous day rejection candles all the time. Go back and look at what happens when you hit the previous day candle. Previous day high, previous day lows. Go look and see how they react. And you could call that intuition. Like an intuition type trade. But that's just what happens so many times, that I'm willing to take a low risk trade. A low risk, meaning reduced contract size, just for the trade. You take into account we got a discount opening range gap, and it's a 77% chance you push into that level. It wasn't a gamble for me. Would you have shown if it didn't work? No, I wouldn't have. Because the reason why I switched accounts was because I felt that I didn't want to risk a high trade, and I don't want to promote it on stream. Now, I did tell you as soon as I got in the trade, it's not that it didn't work. You saw it before it started working. I told you right on this candle right here, I don't even know what time it was. As soon as I got in and rejected, it went to the new candle, and that's when I told you that I got into a trade, and it immediately moved down to stop or to take profit. So it's not like I was delaying anything. But typically, my history is I typically won't show the trades I wouldn't endorse everybody else taking. I mean, how many trades do you take behind the screen on the other end with nobody watching? Here, I got right now 140 people watching, right? You'll take a trade because you want to try this, you want to try that. For me, I have a higher level of responsibility, I feel, to making sure I'm giving good advice to those that are watching. So when I'm taking a higher risk type trade, I'm probably not going to promote it. That's why I didn't call out the entry beforehand. Because I'm not going to say, all right, everybody, when it hits this level, we're going to get in. No, because that, to me, that would have been stupid to try to have everybody follow an internal intuition feeling that I have based on my experience. When I see my model, when I see the rules around it, that's the thing that I share with you guys on stream every day. You're going to build your own personal history with the charts, that you'll have intuition on something that you'll take that I'll say, yeah, I'm not touching that. Because you've been in the charts long enough to where you got a good feeling about it. It's intuition, but that only comes with sitting in front of the charts for years, thousands of hours, right? This was one of those for me, and I'm just not going to be like, all right, everybody, I have a feeling about this. You guys should all do the same. No, I'm not going to do that. But thank you for keeping me accountable, though. Jonathan. Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan. Thank you for keeping me accountable. I don't shy away from people asking hard questions, but I'll also tell you what I really think. And I don't beat around the bush, I'll be honest. So take note how we rejected immediately, but then now we're consolidating a little bit. Maybe we get another push here, but I just take a note of this price action right around these key levels. That's what I want you to take away, is that they were significant enough for it to cause price to halt. Now my question is, do we find support or do we move lower? That's kind of, those are the scenarios that I'm looking for. All right, I think what I'll do is I'm going to switch from my personal back to my funded accounts. I'm done with that personal account. One and done is all I need. Somebody mentioned something about ES. Would you use consistent risk parameters around 930? Matthew, are you in? I can't remember. I think I have 1 or 2 mats inside the Discord. Have you joined the Purpose Driven Trader Academy? Okay, ask me in there and I'll put it in there, okay? I thought you were Reno, but I wasn't 100% sure. Ask me in the Discord and I'll answer in there for that one. Johnny, no, I don't. But I would say 5 is typical on what I like to use. When I see higher volatility candles, I'll drop down to 3 or 2. And then if I've already taken profit, I'll drop down to even 1. So I can just take 1 contract and not have to worry about the risk as much. Yeah, Gen C, I think I'm going to be slapped by YouTube for this music. So hit the like button if you are enjoying it because I don't know how long it's going to last. What trades do you usually go more or less? It's not on a trade. I think you need to keep so a couple things. You should go more or less not based on trades, but based on account. Where your account balance is. If you took a loss the previous day, you should reduce your size. You should reduce your size, cut it in half until you gain back what you lost. If you're close to you're blowing your eval account, you reduce your size so you don't blow the account. So in my opinion, you should not be taking smaller size. Now I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, but I'm telling you what I would say is a standard and then some exceptions. I think you need to use consistent risk based on trade ideas. Now, if there's an intuition type trade, sure. Go ahead and reduce your size to see it. Or if you're testing out a model, reduce your size and let that play out, okay? But when we talk about your risk management in general, it's based on account, not trade, in my opinion. Because you shouldn't be taking less quality setups. Now, if you do have an intuition, like I've seen this before, it's hitting liquidity, it's following the general rules that I have. Okay, take the trade, see if there's something there. That's how we grow and learn as a trader. Just don't full port your account on a trade like that. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say, Johnny? Live for love, welcome. We trade futures. So I don't do anything with crypto. We trade futures. I'm new here and quite eager to learn and grow. Welcome. Cameron, Carter, welcome. I'm glad to have you. Jayon, good morning. Higher time frame equal highs on NQ. Let's go to the 4 hour. There's our 4 hour swing high. We'll see if we want to grab it. But we already were expecting a double break day. Okay, I was already expecting that. We swept the previous day low and we swept the previous day high now. The question is are we going to run all the way up here? I think it could be a really big day. But I really would prefer a retracement first. If we close below this first presented fair value gap, that could be an inversion to the downside and run some of this low resistance liquidity here. I would want to see what happens. It's not a guaranteed trade idea right now because directly underneath that is this level right here. It's the previous month high, so you could find some support there and it not go any lower. What I was saying is that you do use consistent risk parameters when taking the 9:30 a.m. Yes. I actually think it is one of the most rule-based followed trades. 100%. It is. That one, that's why I only share that in the Discord, because it literally, there's no thinking involved with that trade. And it has anywhere from a 50 to 70% win rate. There's zero thinking with that trade. And you could literally, I've told people before, you literally could make your money back for the course in the Discord in one trade with that. Now, should you full port? Should you high amounts of risk for that type of trade? The answer is no. It's not that type of trade. It's designed, in my opinion, to scratch that itch of people wanting to take a trade, a rule-based trade, and be able to make money while they commit to the learning process. That's what the 930 model is about. It's not to get you rich, but it plays out many, many times. Now, the trade that I took was not the 930 model. It was based on a turtle soup of the previous day high. It just happened to fall in line with the 930 model and all the requirements for it. Johnny, it's $2.99. One time, no monthly, no annual. But I've been putting out homework. I just launched the first homework set, first week's homework. I'm planning on putting anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks of homework for those that are looking to grow and develop their skills. I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's gonna be a lot of work. For those thinking that, hey, I wanna join, maybe I'm gonna learn and I'm gonna be able to be profitable. Yeah, only if you're willing to put in the work, because you can't become profitable by just buying a course. So don't buy the course thinking you're gonna become profitable and not do anything, okay? You gotta commit. I don't know if I wanna take this if it closes on this candle right here. I like it tagging it. We'll see what happens. Previous day highs right here. There's a lot right here that makes me not want to take it. We have this 4 hour liquidity point. You could go long right here. If you think we still have higher prices, this is your long right here. It's also in line with this order block. I'm not taking it right now because I've already taken one trade and I'm gonna wait for something that has more confluences. This is more intuitive, I think. There is rules here. We have this order block right here, fair value gap. We'll see how it plays out. I think it could go higher though. What I would rather take is if we get an inversion right here to the upside off of the support of the first fair value gap. So if this candle closes, which it looks like it's going to give us a fair value gap. If we now get an inversion to the upside right here, I would take that. All right, so we violated the first presented fair value gap. That's the thing. It's hard to want to catch a falling knife. So I would, instead of catching the falling knife, I'll say I want to see it reverse right here. We could reverse right here. I'm going to take the confirmation trade, which is the inversion to the upside, towards that liquidity point. What is this? Live for Love? It's an investment, but you can pay a yearly subscription fee for CCLI and have the ability to stream most Christian music without copyright infringement. I didn't know this. Let's check it out. CCLI. Licensing solutions for your church. If it's for a church, I bet you it is expensive though. We'll look into it here in a bit. I need to focus on the stream. Thank you for letting me know though. Looking at the 5-minute time frame, this candle closes in 1 minute. We'll look for a 5-minute change in state of delivery. I think I would prefer to wait for 10 a.m. to happen, see if we get a retracement up to these levels and then a continuation. We got relatively equal lows right here. It could be pretty aggressive. We're not on ESM. ESU 2025. That's not bad if it's $280 a year to have Christian music. That would kind of solidify my channel as a Christian-based chill vibe channel, right? Guys, I don't know. I'm kind of wanting to jump on this train. I don't think we're gonna get a retracement. Let's see if we get that low. Alright, I'm going to see if we get... I have a small size here. I'm just seeing if we're going to sweep this low right here. Just a 10 handle push lower. It might stop me out before it gets there.
Order canceled.
All right, 10 handles there for that low. I don't want to go any lower. I would not be taking a short right here because we could really retrace at that point. That's our New York AM session low. We could still expand, but we also could get a retracement. So I just took that small scalp to that swing low right there. Because honestly, we didn't get the retracement that I wanted. And this is our nearest point of liquidity. Price has been moving pretty nicely, so I wasn't as concerned that we were going to stop before that and not grab it. We could easily continue lower, but I'm concerned that we could also get a bigger retracement, and that's why I just took that position off. Johnny, CISB, change in state of delivery. It's a CISD, not B. Hopefully I don't have a B there. Yeah, it's a D. Change in state of delivery. So a trade like this can be very frustrating because you don't get the retracement back to the potential breaker, which for me would have been around this first presented fair value gap and the 5-minute change in state of delivery. I wanted to see that. We just kept collapsing and collapsing. Those are hard emotionally to deal with because the structure is there. We just didn't get the retracement that we wanted. So you have to be very careful not to just click the candle emotionally to try to get it. Do you see how though we're now continuing lower? Here is a breaker right here. So what I personally would want to see is if we get lower, I'd want price to come down here up to this level, up to this bearish order block, and then continue lower. Is that the same as break a structure? Yeah, but you can also, a market structure shift is also is a break of structure. So the difference between a market structure shift and a change in state of delivery, a market structure shift just has to have a wick below a level, and then it can close inside the range. A market structure shift or a change in state of delivery has to have a close below the candle. So this here is a market structure shift. If the body of the candle closed above here, then it would have been a market structure shift, not a change in state of delivery. A market structure shift is a higher time frame change in state of delivery, typically. Yeah, Live for Love. I have a Discord, but it's part of the Purpose Driven Trader Academy. So it's not a, basically it's not free. I think we're going to get a continuation out of 10 a.m. I just really want an opportunity to get this continuation lower. I mean, it looks beautiful. We just got to be careful on the getting a larger retracement here. So midpoint is right at the PM session high. Total cost, one time, no extra cost or anything associated with that, is $299. But that's the Discord. Ask me questions anytime. Connect with other believers inside the Discord, traders. We're still fairly small, so I'm looking to build a large community. So we're in the growing process for that. I've been trading live for about a year. The Discord's been live since 2025, late 2024. So we're still relatively fresh blood. Ted, almost a one and done eval pass trade. Way to go. Basically, creating the order block is the change of state of delivery. Yes, it is. Okay, so looking at ES has swept its low here while NQ is sweeping its low. Everything does look in a line. I will tell you that ES has not grabbed its PM session high. That would be concerning for me. For a larger move lower, I would say that I want to see that come back up there. It wouldn't surprise me if we do, is what I'm trying to say. No. Here. DTJacademy.com. $2.99. Somebody charging $2,999. That's insane. I know people do it. Trade of 8 pops up on my screen, Ricardo. But how you do it is you literally go up here, you click it, and then you type in MNQU5. MNQU5, and it will switch over for you. I don't know if we're going to get an entry. I might just take a micro short and see if that happens. I don't know. I'm waiting for the retracement. See you, Ted. Have a good weekend. Right now, the retracement would be to the breaker, but it could go higher, and it might not even come up to the breaker. But that's my first level of interest. Guys, I'm only going to be on for about 15 minutes. I got 15 more minutes here. I have a packed morning, and that's why I started my stream early. Yeah, these trades are some of the most frustrating when you get an aggressive move with no entry. I will say that your entry opportunity, I wasn't paying attention to it because I literally took the short and it happened in the next 60 seconds, would have been right here. Do you see that? I just didn't have it because literally this candle I took my short. We got our, oh no, this candle I took my short at 9:51, and then I was talking about the trade while it came back up and hit the breaker. So that would have been the only entry right now. And that's the breaker there, high, low, higher high. I might take a single micro short here.
Order submitted.
I'm going to take a single micro short. Based on us coming up to this level here and seeing if it gives us a short. But I've already made my money for the day and I don't want to lose it based on me trying to chase a trade. So taking a single micro short, and we're going to see if this wants to run lower here. I'm not risking anything for the most part, guys. Okay? Very small risk. $20 is my risk here, just to see if we get the continuation. I'll put this above that candle's high. So risking 13 handles. The other area that it may want to reach up to, if it does come up higher, is this inversion fair value gap right there. All right, so it did stop me out. See what I mean? That's the hardest part, is if you don't wait for the retracement, you get that kind of crap. It's very frustrating because these are the hardest to get in. So where do you get in at? You have to just let it go, and take the trade off of a level that it's retraced to. Those are the hardest types trade. That's why I really hate taking those. That's why I did smaller amounts of risk there. Nicola, you'll do the lower one, but it could go to the higher one. So you watch how, I mean, I like this one better because we have this candle here that's mitigated this. All this is pretty much mitigated unless it really wants to go because of ES. ES is my only concern, that it pumps higher.
Order submitted.
Right there. That's what I'm talking about. See that? It literally had no time to call that out, guys. I apologize. I'm not sure if you heard that on the screen, but just the reaction to that inversion that I marked out. Not sure if it was going to go higher, but then the candle literally rejected it, and I took the short for just 10 handles. So what I lost in that trade, I got back by waiting for what? The retracement. Wait for the retracement. That is the lesson here. Wait for that retracement. Damien, new to the channel, what do you consider is the best time to trade futures? The last 15 minutes and the first 15 minutes of every hour. Drop shop, what's up? Yeah, it literally went that fast. I mean, I can't really, it's hard for me to articulate. Here, I'll show you so you guys can see. I'm not joking. All right, so here's the loss that we took right there. That's where I exited, and then as soon as we hit that high, it retraced. I got my entry, and then I just left a bracket order for 10 handles, and that's all I did. I don't know if that shows up there when I did it like that. Way to go, Heartstrings. Congrats. Cool, Marvin. Yeah, we'll see. I think I'm going to be slapped with a licensing issue. We'll see if that happens or not. But if you're appreciating the commentary, insight, the music, hit the like button. Let's hit 90 likes, and then we'll do our daily affirmation. $12 more, folks. 12 more, 11 more. Was that the one? Did I post it? I posted it. Seven more. So close. So we did get a sliver. We got a couple slivers of this. We ended up taking that short right here on that inversion fair value gap. It wicked up into it, completely rejected aggressively, took for a 10 handle short. How far are we going to go, guys? I mean, if you want, you can ride this all the way down if it's going to go. I'm not sure. I just know I didn't have time, so my mindset wasn't on trying to get a big winner, but to take some small scalps. Because I'm leaving here in about 5 minutes. All right, here is today's daily affirmation. Oh, we need 5 more. Come on, folks. 5 more likes and we'll do the daily affirmation. Why not use the continuous chart instead of, because Byron, this is the actual contracts that are traded with the large institutions. It has the most volume, so that's what we trade on. Davin, you appreciate the one rule comment yesterday. Changes your mindset. Great. I'm actually putting I liked it so much, I'm putting a video together on it. A more detailed explanation of it. All right, there we go. We hit our target. Let's go ahead and do our affirmation here this morning. Take a look at the screen. Well, I'm assuming you are taking a look at the screen because that's what we've been on. Today, I don't rely on my own understanding. I call on God boldly, expectantly. He reveals what I can't see. He shows me the way forward. Nothing is hidden from the one who holds the future. Jeremiah 33:3, for I know the plans that I have for you. Plans to prosper you, plans of hope and a future. Man, I get goosebumps thinking about that. He is a good father, folks. He is a good father. Call on him, talk to him with expectation. Because he will show you what you can't see. He'll show you the way forward. He'll be there for you in that. Take a look at the small breaker that we got going on right here. Got a small little breaker right there. That's the midpoint of the previous day range. Tagged a second time. We didn't go below it. So I'm looking and I would anticipate some type of retracement. How high, I don't know. We'll see if it could just be to this fair value gap. It could be to this order block. It could be to this swing high. I don't know. We just don't have that information on how high the retracement could be. We still have lower level targets of London low down here. That just would be insane to go from low to high to back to low. That's just crazy. But either way, folks, we're going to call it a day here. I apologize for the short stream, but we will be back Monday morning, rocking and rolling. Use the code DTJ for anything in regards to your funded accounts, eval accounts. If you want to consider joining the Purpose Driven Trader Academy, you can find the link down in the description. Would love to have you. It includes the Discord and everything else there. And the homework that we're launching. We're launching a stream of homework. It'll probably be 6 to 8 weeks of homework, really to work on your discipline and growth as a trader in regards to, no DC yet. DC's in September, Tony. I wish that was the case. DC's in September. We just had to get the information from information to the Secret Service. So, God bless you guys. Stay safe. Have a blessed weekend, and we will see you all Monday morning. God bless. I'm trying to end it. My screen's frozen. Okay, bye-bye.